Hello, everybody. This is just Brew of the Brew Show. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you've had a very good start to the week. In this video, I'm here to talk about changes to the laws of football, which will take effect from next season, which is give or take in a few weeks. And these changes are as a result of the International Football Association Board, simply known as IFAB. For those of you who are unaware, IFAB is made up of the four home nations and their football associations. So that will be the football associations of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. And this body has decided to make a few tweaks to some existing laws we felt we knew, some that we definitely did know, and put their own spin on things for the upcoming season. So the ones that stand out include, but are not less necessarily limited to, the fact that only club captains are allowed to speak to the referees during the match and not all players. Slight amendments. Can't quite tell you what it was because for a while we felt we knew that it was just the captains who were allowed to speak to players during the match. But now we know it's official. Only the club captains are allowed to speak to the official referee during a game and not all players. Another new addition is the fact that the referees will now start to use a countdown signal for the last 5 seconds of the 8 seconds that they allow a goalkeeper when the ball is about to be put in play. So, for example, your goalkeeper has the ball in his hands and he's about to release it, or there is a goal kick. For the last 5 seconds, the referees will implement a countdown for everybody to be aware of before they decide, okay, enough is enough. Goalkeeper has wasted time. He's about to get punished or penalized for it, or she is about to get punished or penalized for it. And then with regards to the dropped ball, this I think is a fairly interesting one. So now IFAB is saying that if the ball is stopped and it is inside the penalty area or was last touched inside the penalty area, then it is dropped to the defending team's goalkeeper. However, this is where it kind of gets a bit complicated. If it's dropped outside the penalty area, if it's to be contested outside the penalty area, then it means the ball is dropped to a player from the team that would have had possession of it. That's if it is clear to the referee. And if it is not clear to the referee, then it means it is dropped to a player from the team that last touched the ball. The ball is dropped where it was when play was stopped. So, for example, if there happened to be a counter where, just for the sake of argument, Liverpool versus Everton, you've got Mo Salah clean through on goal, and then he gets clashed by James Tarkowski, and we are not quite sure who the ball belongs to at that point. I think this statement by IFAB clears it up. If Tarkowski was definitely the last person to touch the ball, it goes to Everton. If it's unclear, then it goes to the team that had the possession of the ball, which should have been Liverpool. And it happens exactly where the incident took place. So, yeah, I think that is my understanding of that rule. I am hoping I am right, but guys, let me know in the comment section whether you think I'm right based on how you interpret that rule. And then we also have another call on ball positioning. If a substitute or a coach or any player who is temporarily out of play touches the ball while it is still in play, but it was clearly on its way out with the intention of accelerating play, then an indirect free kick is awarded to the opposing team. No disciplinary sanction is imposed on the person unless there are repeated offenses, such as repeated departures from the technical area. And then it comes to probably IFAB's most important rule implementation when it comes to clarity, the offside rule. When the ball is touched or played, the first point of contact is used to determine the offside. However, when the goalkeeper touches the ball, the last point of contact is used as the reference point for offside, as it is clearer and more accurate. So, for instance, if you raise your flag as soon as the offside is clear and obvious, wherever the player was in the sense of them touching the ball as soon as they became offside is where we are going. If the guy continues and shoots, or if the girl continues and shoots, goalkeeper saves. Now it's easy because we know exactly where it is. It was with the goalkeeper. That's where we are calling it. I think that's pretty straightforward. And then we have another one on fouls and misconduct. If the goalkeeper holds the ball in their arm, I'm saying there because his or her, for more than 8 seconds, a corner kick is awarded to the opposing team from the nearest flank. We heard a lot about this in pending rule and now it's here, so it's going to affect some teams a lot more than others, I'm sure. And it's going to give a lot of teams more set pieces to try and get on the score sheet. So let's see how that one pans out in real life. It is worth adding that the goalkeeper is not cautioned unless he or she repeats the offense. And then with regards to other things, the indirect free kick is still awarded when, for instance, control of the ball for more than 6 seconds occurs without the goalkeeper releasing it, or handling of the ball after releasing it before it touches another player. So for instance, you caught the ball, you drop it, you see an opposing player coming up again, and then you catch it again. No. That's going to result in an indirect free kick. Another thing that will result in an indirect free kick is when you handle the ball after an intentional pass or throw in from a teammate, unless there was a clear attempt to play it with their foot. So these are how we can get indirect free kicks from our goalkeepers. And the next one will be sticking with goalkeepers. Now we are with goal kicks. A goal kick is awarded if the ball has completely crossed the goal line, no goal was scored, and the last touch was by a player from the attacking team. I think that's pretty straightforward. And a corner kick is awarded if the ball has completely crossed the goal line after being touched by a defending player without a goal being scored. Again, I think that one is pretty straightforward. The kick is taken from the corner nearest to the point where the ball went out of play or to the goalkeeper's position when penalized. That is, if the goalkeeper falls foul of the 8 seconds handling of the or playing of the ball issue. Finally, we wrap this up with VAR. And upon completion of the review, the referee must show the TV screen signal and announce the final decision so everybody gets to hear it. Competitions may also implement a system that allows the referee to publicly explain the decision after a VAR review or an extended check in accordance with FIFA guidelines and the VAR manual. I think we may have already seen this being used in the FIFA Club World Cup for those of us who are following it. So we can see what they mean by this. And guys, let me know which rules stood out the most for you and which one you would like to see happen more, being practically used. This is James Brew of the Brew Show. It's been a pleasure bringing this video to you, and I would like to encourage each and every one of you to continue interacting with us on our favorite social media platforms, which will be Facebook, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Threads. And you can follow James on the exact same platforms with TikTok as well. Catch you same time next time, and bye for now. Cheers.